Hi, I am Susan Girard, the founder of the Emotional Intelligence School. And today I want to talk to you about what to do when someone doesn't listen to you. Before I get into that, I want to tell you about a time when I did not feel listened to, did not feel heard or seen. That was toward the end of my marriage. I was married for 18 years. And I really wanted my husband to hear me and to respond to me and to make behavior changes. And he did not do that. And we got divorced. And I know a lot of women can relate to this, where you just feel like what's important to you doesn't really get taken into account. And something interesting happened to me, though, after I got divorced. I thought, okay, my husband didn't listen to me and now we're divorced. Everything should be fine, but that wasn't the case. I just found there were like lots and lots of people who did not listen to me. And it's not like I was trying to boss them around or tell them what to do. I was just trying to let them know how what they were doing impacted me. And what I realized is that it didn't matter how good my argument was or how well I put forth that argument or how impassioned I was about my position. I still didn't get listened to. I didn't get heard and taken seriously. And this was a source of great frustration for me. And I just couldn't figure out, like, how can I fix this problem? And I thought, there's just something wrong with me, something that is not right, that I'm not even aware of. But after I got divorced and I started to think about how I could be more powerful and present in my life and shape my life, one day I was talking to someone who wasn't listening to me, and I realized, oh, they're not listening to me. And I started to go to that place of frustration, and then I caught myself. And I said, okay, they're not listening to me, but I can listen to me. And that was a game changer. And I just started listening to myself about all kinds of things, like what I liked, what I wanted, what I didn't want. And what I realized pretty quick was that I didn't like it when people didn't listen to me. That was the very first revelation, like, I don't like this. And it's not enough to just hear that you don't like something. The important thing to do is to respect it and then figure out workarounds for it. So I had a great time figuring out workarounds for how to deal with people who didn't listen, especially when what those people were doing could impact me in a way that I didn't want or need. So I started limiting my time with certain people. I didn't try to collaborate with certain people on things because I just realized what would be the point if they don't listen, if we can't listen to each other. And I want to say a little bit about listening. I am a really good listener. I think women in general tend to be good at this. I'm in my 50s, and I was taught early on to listen to my parents, and then also taught to listen and put other people's needs before my own. So I was a really good listener, and that was a part of and I would take in what people told me, and I would make behavior changes, and often it wasn't even noticed or appreciated. So when I needed people to listen to me and they didn't, it was especially frustrating. So anyway, back to where I was realizing I don't like these things. What am I going to do? How am I going to work around these things? And the more I did that, the less drama I had in my life, and the more fun. I had a lot more fun. And I wanted to tell you too, I didn't take people not listening to me personally. I did in the beginning, but what I realized when people weren't listening to me is that they don't listen to themselves. So if they're not even listening to themselves, they're not going to listen to me. That's just logical. So instead of trying to change those people or put a lot of effort into making an argument or, trying to perfect my arguments the way I used to, I just let them completely off the hook. They don't listen to themselves, so I'm not going to try to get them to listen to me. That's just too much of an investment of my time for what I would get out of it. So you don't have to be angry or frustrated at people who don't listen to you. It's just something you can note and decide what that means to you and what you're going to do about it. And another kind of not listening I found kind of hard to deal with, and still don't like dealing with it today, is people who talk and talk and they don't pick up on your body language, that you can't, I don't know about you, but I can't take in that much information and hold it for that long before I respond. So I just start to shut down. So I try to, I'm noticing all these little symbols coming up. I try to, those are people who don't listen to, and those are people who don't get heard a lot, I think. And they're just dying for someone to hear them. But what they don't realize is nobody can hear them the way that they can hear themselves. That's the most powerful kind of listening, is when you listen to yourself. So that's another way that you can have compassion for people, because they just really have a deep desire to be heard and they don't know how to hear themselves. So I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I wanted to say about this subject. I tried so hard to practice this week, but different things kept happening. But I talked about what happened in my marriage and how hard that was and how frustrating it was. I talked about how powerful it is to listen to you. And that does remind me of one of the things I wanted to talk about. And that is an unexpected byproduct of me listening to me was that people started to listen to me. The more that I listened to me, the more people listened to me. And I think part of it was, once I let go of, crafting the perfect email or the perfect argument, or, making sure my argument was airtight. I lost my train of thought. I didn't say as much, and I wasn't like inundating people with information. And I wasn't, trying to convince them or change their minds. So once I started listening to me and responding to what I wanted and taking action and figuring out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to limit people's time, it really improved the quality of my life so much. And it improved my own respect and self-confidence. So if you are finding that people are not listening to you, the most powerful thing you can do is to start listening to you and attending to you and doing for you what you need. And the more you do that, the more you will find that people will listen to you, especially when they feel like they have an option, like she's putting this out here, but whether I do or don't, she'll be fine. That's like really good non-attachment to the outcome. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have another video next Thursday, 5 o'clock Hawaii time. And if you have any questions or subjects that you would like to hear about, please PM me, or you can put it in the comments. I really appreciate you taking the time to check out this video, and I hope you have a really good week. Bye.